Hey everybody, Teddy J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. What's good, what's good, what's good? Paul Suek, how are you? Good afternoon. XRP with the late night pump. And I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. Sorry, I had to. This is just, it was funny to me. It was a song. It was a song from back in the day. Tonight's question. Tonight's question. Gotta click go live over there. It should just pick up. Tonight's question. Tonight's poll question. Do you think there will be a large dip after the $100,000 mark? Travis Malone, Paul Sylvia, how are you both? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Paula. What's up, Joaquin? So there's a lot going on right now. There's a ridiculous amount of things going on right now. Yes, I do know that we have some news, okay? We'll get to it. We'll get to the blockbuster news that happened. Right now already we've got 6 votes in. Yes, 17%. No, 83%. That's nuts. That's nuts. Yeah, I hope so too, Paul. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So we have a bit of news. Cardano ETF, do you think one is ready? A lot of analysts are predicting that Cardano's going to get into the ETF market. That would be huge. That would be huge. Also, back in 2019, there was a $41 million hack of Upbit. South Korean police have finally come forward and said they believe that it was absolutely, abso-freaking-schmootly, I'm just watching the numbers, North Korea's Lazarus Group. So remember yesterday when I asked you guys about BitMEX? This is why I was bringing it up. Lazarus Group is all over the place. All over the place. Yo, Rookster, what's good? So yeah, we have to be very vigilant about what we're doing, how we're doing it, all that other good stuff. We have to be paying attention to everything, right? You know, there are just so many things going on that we must absolutely, kind of sit back and say, where am I going to handle transactions? Why, where am I doing that? How am I doing that? How secure are they? How do they recover when there's a down? Live in color shop. What's good? So there's a lot. There's a lot that goes along there. I'm just killing resources right now on the computer. Things that, you know what I can't stand? You close an application and it doesn't actually shut down. It kind of lingers. So you've got to go through and manually shut stuff down. It's annoying. It's absolutely annoying. But it's all good. It's all good. We've got this, right? So what do we have going on? What other news is there? Don't worry. The big news, we're going to have a long discussion about it. Captain Banana in the house. So, no, it's not. It's not Captain Banana. We're going to get to that, though. We're going to get to that. Huskers, what's good? Then you have MicroStrategy ready to pitch to Microsoft. They were in the top 100 publicly traded U.S. companies. You want to know what else? When that happened, Michael Saylor lost his voting power. Yeah, he lost his voting power. Now, I don't think that's going to be a problem for him personally. Actually, I mean, what are you going to do? Fire the guy that's put the company in the top 100 publicly traded companies in the country? God, I don't think so. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I really don't think that's what's going to happen. It would be interesting. It'd be funny to find out. But yeah, I don't think that's what's going to happen. What else do we have? Did you notice the legacy crypto tokens? You probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Who was it? BTT, BSV, and BCH. All pumped today. All of them. Pumped big. I think the biggest winner was actually Bitcoin Cash. And people look at me and they go, why do you even hold a bag of that? Then need I say more? Just saying. The old school coins are going to do something. Because I still firmly believe that there will not be only one coin to serve us all. I think the world has proven that already, that there's not. Other news, MasterCard and JP Morgan, their digital arms, are coming together to build out their own blockchain. Not build out their own blockchain, but to do transactions across their blockchain. Yeah. When I tell you, I've been telling you for a long time that banks are trying to figure out what the hell a bank is. Credit card companies are trying to fit their way in between to keep their business afloat. That's why they're doing this. So the two are teaming up. That's going to be interesting to see play out. Out of the two major credit cards in the United States, Visa is actually bigger than MasterCard. Right? Their consulting business, they just have a lot of stuff going on. But when I look at those business models, I sit back and I kind of go, yeah, do something to figure it out. Because banking is going to take it on the chin. Hard. They're going to take it whoppingly on the chin. Because they haven't figured out what's a bank. In this given day and age, what does a bank give me? It doesn't give me enough interest. It doesn't give me enough services. It doesn't stop with the nickel and diming. I'm paying you to hold my money for what reason? You need my money, but you're going to charge me to hold my money? Hutanik said it before. I wish everybody would just walk into a bank and ask for $500. Not even close your account. Just walk in. I want $500. Everybody walk into their bank. So imagine how many people would be walking into all these bank branches and saying, give me $500. They'd be shut down. They would absolutely be shut down. I need to check to see if there are any comments. I said hello to everybody over there. Yeah, I was looking at Bitcoin Cash. I was like, what? Yeah. You see, everybody sleeps on Bitcoin Cash. And what is it now? I'm just saying. What's up, Hutanik in the house? Where's Patient One? And did she enjoy her birthday once you finally turned off the show, sir? If she comes over here and kicks my tail because you didn't turn off the show, there's going to be a problem. I'm just putting it out there. Oh, there she is. Greetings, Patient One. Greetings. Thank you for hopping on. What else do we have? All right. No, I'm going to save that one for later. Ahead of the big conversation that we're going to have, because that one is also a big conversation. Logan Paul. Apparently, Mr. Paul is embroiled in some kind of controversy. Apparently, he had some hidden wallets and the BBC found them. Woohoo! You're most welcome for the birthday wishes. I hope you had an outstanding time. I hope it was very expensive. I just hope you guys had a whole bunch of fun. You deserve it. I really do hope you had a really good time. It was a fun night. Yes. That's what's up. What else do we have? Aptos. What? I saw this because I knew that everybody was going to key in on certain news elements today. I knew everybody was going to key in on those. And I was like, those are so blatantly obvious that I'm not even going to worry about that. What we should be doing is digging deeper into the news. If you did, you'd know that Aptos is partnering with Circle and Stripe to integrate USDC and advanced payment solutions. Yeah, on Aptos. Like, what? Yeah. When I tell you there are just crazy moves going on right now from a hey, 8 pause, from an integration perspective, from a obviously an investment perspective, and we'll get into why, with all this news that's out there, why is Bitcoin still below 100K? Just why? People are frustrated, but not a lot of people are asking why. That's something to think about. What else do we have? This one threw me for a crazy loop. A crazy loop. You ever hear Charles Schwab? Well, our buddy boy Charles, let me read this to you. Charles Schwab considers crypto trading as incoming CEO regrets missed opportunities. The firm signals growing interest in digital assets, citing increasing demand from clients. Joaquin, you'll know this. Everybody who took my class on how to do your own research, you will know this as floating the bubble. That's what you'll know this as. The company itself is floating the idea of them directly offering crypto to their clients. Floating the bubble. Like, wow, that's a prime example. Prime example. So what are we going to hear? We're going to hear that they freaking are doing it. That's the next step. That is going to be the next step. Wisdom Tree making moves. Every investment firm is starting to wake up, shake off the cobwebs, and starting to think, we better get in while the getting is good. Get in while the getting is good. What's the big deal about that? What's the big deal? Oh, it's because if they don't, hell do I need you for? One of the biggest investment vehicles out there, and you're not involved. You're not Vanguard. You don't have that kind of money. They have so much assets under management, they are allowed to do whatever the hell they want to do. All right? But Charles Schwab, yeah, they're going to have to make a move. And it sounds like they're about to do it. That's going to be huge. When they announce that they're actually doing it, that's going to be a big pop day. That will be a big pop day. Remember when I told you before that if we do not see a major downward move, we had a little bit of a correction, a little bit profit taking, a little bit too much profit taking, if you ask me. But we did not see an actual big dip, a sustained dip. We didn't see that. If we don't see that before Christmas, we're not going to. Excuse me. And with all the news that's coming, this is what I mean. I told you, we're going to get hit with a whole bunch of positive news and nobody's going to get it. And they're going to be like, why wasn't I paying attention? Why wasn't I paying attention? One of my friends texted me earlier today and he was like, dude, you're the freaking man. Because a few years ago, I was actually consulting at Realty, not Realty IQ. Oh, Realty Income. I have so many clients, it's been ridiculous. But I was consulting over at Realty Income, and the guy that I was directly interfacing with, Patrick, I said, dude, you need to get, hey, Bianca, I said, you need to get into crypto. He's, and he's a numbers guy. He was like, I don't know about that crypto thing. What do you think? I just told you, you need to get into crypto. And so he was like, I don't know. Sure enough, he gets in the crypto, texted me earlier today. He was like, dude, I'm up 30% just because of this week. Just this week, I'm up 30%. I was like, DCA, my boy, DCA. He was like, what? I was like, you're a numbers guy. DCA. He goes, oh. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think there's a lot of run room, right? I think there's a lot of run room. But I'm not going to kid you when I say I think I have good consideration for all of these funds amassing ridiculous amounts of dry powder, ridiculous amounts of cash reserve. We're talking about in the trillion range. Okay. Warren Buffett in the hundreds of billions range just by Berkshire Hathaway. There's a reason why you build up your cash reserves. It's because you're expecting to be able to buy stuff later on the cheapy. That's what that means. So, what do we do? What do? We DCA. We DCA. We do our own research. We understand our entries and exits. And we invest deliberately. That's what we do. Right? That's how we roll up in here. If you're not doing that, there's a problem. There's a major problem. So we're going to continue to do that. You know? So when I'm looking at, oh, wow, Ripple's on a rip. $1.32. No way. No way. Ooh, that could be tough. Let me see if I can get there from here. W, that should be the watch list. I might hit a little bit of a blip, but not a big deal. Everything's fine. All right, so XRP, $1.30. Well, right now it's $1.31, but yeah, it's on a tear. It's on a tear. Now, so that Charles Schwab news was big. All these pieces of news, these aren't small companies. These are big companies. Big companies. Schwab, incoming CEO, said the firm is looking to offer spot cryptocurrency trading once U.S. regulations make doing so easier. Puts pressure on the incoming regime. Yeah. That's the news. That's the news that most people just kind of skidded by. Because they heard Gary Gensler set a date. What was the date? This coward sets a date where he can kind of slide out without anybody noticing. He literally picked January 20th. And what is he doing while he's on his way out? The SEC says they might try to again declare certain things securities. Remember we keep talking about starting a new business? I want to know what those people are on. That's what we need to sell. Because what? Yeah, nah, that's a wrap. Why would you even, whose ever name is attached to that statement, you know they're gone. You know they're gonna be gone with their boy. Because that's dumb. In the 11th hour, this is the kind of statement you make. Just to throw a monkey wrench into everything. That's the only reason why. There's no other reason why. That's the reason why. So I'm sitting here and I'm kind of like, ooh, that's not a good look. In no way, shape, or form is that a good look. That's dumb as dirt. Honestly. Why? How? So Gary Gensler's out, right? On the 20th, which now that he's announced it, now the incoming regime is going to be like, well, who am I going to get to fill that spot? That'll be interesting. Now, here's the one thing that I will say. A lot of people have a lot to say about the role. But here are a couple of things about Gary Gensler, whether you like him or not. He is a very, very smart person. Very astute. You can't just drop somebody into the SEC and think everything's going to be rosy. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. I think the reason why people are, or these firms and businesses are building up their cash reserve is because they're expecting a string of faux pas by the incoming regime. A faux pas could be rolling back too much regulation on banks. Remember what happened the last time when there was no regulation? That was not good for the globe. But I can see that happening. I can easily see that happening. He'll be at the South Pole station. Can't even put you in the corner for that one. That was good. But yeah, you start to sit back and you start to think about that and you say to yourself, yeah, that's not a good look. 13 votes, 8% says yes, no, 69%, I'm not sure, 23%. I can come up with arguments on both sides, right? But I can honestly say I'm probably leaning toward no. Here's why. No, because when we hit 100, the most we'll see is a small dip because of profit taking. Who's going to resist shaving off some money? Right? You shave off some money when you hit that new top. You wait for it to dip. You buy back in. It's like you never took a loss and you still have a couple of bucks on the side. Because sometimes I don't buy with the, based on the dollar amount. I buy based on the coin amount. So when I'm able to sell high and buy low, right? Because I got lucky, the timing just works out. I'm not looking at the dollar amount. I'm looking at the amount of coin that I gave up and then looking to see how much coin I gave up and buy that same amount so I can put it back. And then I still walk away with that difference, a couple of bucks in my pocket to do whatever it is I want to do. I can reinvest it, or I can treat myself to a little something. The fact is that I'm back to where I was with a couple of bucks in my pocket using that strategy. So I didn't lose my place in line, in other words. See what I'm saying? That's what I mean. That's what I'm paying attention to. So that's one of the things that I like to do. Now, I told you there was other news. I rag on Solana because of their network gremlin. Hutanek, I hope you're sitting down. Patient one, you might want to rub his neck. He might get too giddy. I rag on Solana because not only do they have a network gremlin, but they don't know where it comes from. They're not transparent about it. They act like, oh, nothing happened. Nothing to see over here. They're like Oz. Know what I mean? They're like Oz. So another big chain goes down today for 2 hours. Sui. Sui is at $5.48. In other words, they went down for 2 hours and they barely moved. Excuse me. They barely moved. So what happened when they went down? 2 hour downtime. The downtime was caused by a bug in the transaction schedule logic. They figured out what it was. They told us what it was. They told us they would have a fix. They fixed it. Oh. No, that's not my real singing voice. My singing voice is a little bit deeper. But you get the idea. They were transparent about what was going on. Now, for the longest time, people have been saying Sui is, the Solana killer. When I tell you they got a long way to go, they're not even a tenth of Solana. They're not even a tenth of Solana. However, I can tell you the combination of actions that can happen that would have Sui bring down Solana. It's a combination of things, but it's not a big combination. The first thing that's going to happen, Solana's network gremlin is going to hit, and it's going to hit big. Have you noticed that when Solana goes down, it's not just 2 hours? Solana's down for a long time. A long time, okay? So we're talking like 10 hours, a day, couple of days. I mean, they've been down, like down. Congestion, whatever. Shut up about that, whatever. All you need is that network gremlin to go down. And with everybody else doing so well, cutting deals, this, that, the other, they fall down. Meanwhile, because of their practices, and no, they do not pay me. Yes, I do have a bag, but they do not pay me. SUI keeps going up. Yeah, they're in kind of a pause mode right now, right? They're really not doing anything. I mean, 30 days up 5%, 7 days up 4%, 4.68%, and 24 hours, 2.25%. Still up. However, that combination, that's going to damage Solana. And I mean damage Solana's like feelings. Like they'll cry. Oh, I got some people to say hello to. We've got Epic Fishing. What's good? Epic Fishing Costa Rica. What's good? Neverez. I know I'm butchering your name, and I greatly apologize. Mr. Pags and Instabobble. Hello to all of you. Thank you for joining. If SUI gets more than a dozen nodes, Solana is toast. And that's what I mean. Solana has only to grow up. I don't mean grow up like they're children. I mean their network just needs to grow up, right? Mature, spread out, get some nodes. Solana would be destroyed. Destroyed. Have you seen where SUI is right now? They've got a long way to go before they get to Solana right now. However, freaking SUI's at number 14. 14. It is mega money to get a Sol node online. Yep. It's mega money. But if SUI just continues to grow, I think that's a wrap for Solana. Because like I said, there's a certain respect that you get when you're transparent. Our network went down because of this problem. We found the problem, first step, hey, our network is down. Our devs are working on it right now. We'll get back to you soon. Hey, we've identified the problem. The devs are working on a solution. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Hey, the network's back up. 2 hours. Communication, transparency, authenticity. I'm just saying, they were all over it with a quickness. When was the last time Solana was down that you didn't hear, well, we went down a little bit, it's just because of congestion, blah, 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 bloody, bloody, blah. But wait a minute. How do you get to use that excuse and you're always bragging about how many transactions you have that are more than Ethereum? So that's not a transaction problem, right? Any technical person is going to tell you that is not a transaction problem. You have the same transactions just about every day because of all the memes. Oh, that's the other thing. This does not have to happen, but if it did at the same time, meme coins all over Solana, and then your network's down. Or meme coins just lose the craze. Remember NFTs? Yeah, that happens. Then what? Yeah, Solana takes a deep breather. And I want you to think about this. If they fall down, if Solana falls down hard enough where they take that kind of a dip while other coins are consuming the oxygen at that level, who's consuming the oxygen? Bitcoin could be consuming the oxygen. If Ethereum was to just wake up, if Ethereum just wakes up, and by the way, it did year to date, 45%. That's a big pickup from the teens that it was at. It's been slowly ticking up. Over the past 7 days, 9%, 30 days, 26%. Ethereum's been slowly waking up. So Ethereum continues to wake up. Bitcoin does its thing. BNB keeps doing its thing. Keep sleeping on BNB and see what happens. Keep sleeping on BNB and see what happens. Oh, did you forget about XRP is in the top 10? If they keep going, all the noise and hoopla, no real utility, but Doge will pick up. And then what? You can start to see where XRP bunny hop Solana, Doge can bunny hop Solana, BNB can bunny hop Solana. Then it's looking at USDC, which it's a stable coin. The reach is going to grow. No doubt about it. That reach is going to grow. Hold it. It's not if, but when this market pops. Highly possible. Highly possible. Then you have, I haven't even freaking spoken about Cardano. Cardano gets their ETF. When was the last time you heard about Cardano going down? When was the last time? Red Star, thank you very much. Give me a moment and I will answer that. When was the last time you heard about Cardano going down? So Cardano is going to turn around and Sui and going to go, wait your turn, son, wait your turn. We're going to kick that butt first. We'll soften it up for you. That's what's going to happen. Mark my words. I know of another guy, YouTuber who's talking about Solana. And I'm like, dude, are you forgetting? Over the past few years, name a year that Solana has not gone down at least once. Yeah. Dare you? Yes, Red Star Cardano ETF. Do you think CRO can do BNB numbers? No. I'm sorry. No. Not at all. Not at all. No. And I'm not laughing at you because I used to have a bag of CRO, right? No. It's not that kind of coin. People are building stuff on BNB. And I don't mean like BS stuff. I mean building stuff on BNB. You're not doing that on CRO. That's not happening. That is not happening. Nope. Not at all. And then, something else. People are sleeping on Avalanche. I don't know why. You want to know who else would kick Solana in the teeth on the way down? It's going to hurt my head to even say this. I don't want to say it. Maybe I should spell it out. Fine. Tron. Justin, I just bought a flipping banana and a piece of freaking tape for $6.5 million. That Justin, son. Freaking Joaquin, go stand in the corner. Go stand in the corner. Oh man, that made me tear. Oh, that was good. That was good. That might be the best one of the night. Wow. Go stand in the corner. That was awesome. But yeah. Because you knew I didn't want to say it and you knew exactly what I was talking about. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah. On the way down, there's no shaking a stick at the fact that Tron is doing well. It is the 10th largest. It's 10th on the list. For all the crap that I talk about Justin Sun, and I would not want to do anything with this guy. I mean, it's possible he could cut a check big enough. I'm not going to lie. But I'm not shaving my legs, okay? I'm just saying. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at all these other coins that if Solana slips a hair, go down. Let me put it like this. If Solana goes down again, even if it's a small outage and they're not transparent, I think everybody's going to talk about that. I won't be the only one. I'll get invited to TV shows because I've been talking about Solana's little freaking network gremlin for years now. Yeah. And that could wind up being a devastating event for Solana. And here's what's worse. Everybody that's trying to do something on Solana, like a real project on Solana, surrounded by freaking meme coins, and your outage has nothing to do with traffic. Again, you cannot brag about the number of transactions that you can handle and go down and say it's because of congestion. No, sorry. Some of us are just not that dumb. Dumb, but not that dumb. Right? So yeah, Solana could be in for a heart. And let me tell you something. There are a lot of strong coins. I don't like Tron. Tron is a strong coin. Not even playing. CRO is gas on their network, right? I think so. But do we really care? Not being obnoxious. I'm being serious. Do we even care? Like, I cannot compare CRO to BNB. I cannot compare the two. I just can't. The strength of BNB chain is no joke. Tassicot, how are you? Sorry I missed it. Red Star. TRX. Yeah, everybody knows I can't stand Tron. I can't stand Tron. They could run a scam when they choose and blame it on normal. Yeah. But there are when I tell you within the top 25 coins, you guys have heard me say this before. Within the top 25 coins, there's not a single punk coin in that bunch. So Solana slips. There's a whole line of coins that's going to be there to eat their lunch, leave dishes, snatch seconds, and take plates home. From a neighborhood like mine, you know what that means. You know what that means. You were a bad guest at the picnic, at the barbecue. You were a bad guest. That's what that means. But that's what they would do. I mean, name one. I mean, just name one. So I'm sitting back and I'm just like, yeah, I just don't see it. Wait a minute. So Red Star. Here's something though. Actually, let me go take a look. Oh, I don't have it open. Give me a second. Control F, CRO. No way. What? There's no way. Oh, it's not on my list. I happen to be looking at my watch list, so I was looking for CRO. And when I sold my bag, I took it off my list. Sorry about that. D-Mac, seriously, you're going to show up late to the party and you're going to throw Tron in my face? After I already spoke about it, now you're going to throw it in my face? Seriously? I thought we were boys. That's foul. He is the OG hype man of crypto. But to me, he's not just a hype man. He's yeah. I think he can be a little sus, is what I'm going to say. I think he can be a little suspect for those that don't know. I get it from my kids. Come on, don't judge me. Don't judge me. That's like circuit breakers hit on stock markets when behind the scene change orders. Yeah. Except I think it's going to be devastatingly costly to Solana in a market like this where you have so many coins that are just doing well. Seriously, like just doing well. Not even doing like outstanding or anything else, like just doing well. I mean, here's something to contemplate. The second highest ranking meme coin, Pepe, is number 18. Number 18 at $8.4 billion market cap. Okay? Hold that in your head. Now, it would be a long time before Pepe, I don't know about that. Pepe's kind of hot. So I don't know that it would be a long time, right? For them to keep picking up. I mean, they've been inching up a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And now they're number 18. I mean, they're $800 million away from Polkadot and $900 million away from Chainlink, which is crazy because people are just sleeping on Chainlink. I don't know why. Chainlink is racking up banks. I told you the day that Chainlink got in bed with Swift, Swift is just going to walk them into banks, and that's exactly what's going on. Not to mention all the deals that it's doing on its own. So Swift did not introduce Chainlink to Microsoft and Brazil. That was Chainlink, who said, "Hey, Microsoft, we want to do a thing. Let's go talk to Brazil." That's what they did. Boom. A CBDC? Whose door did they just knock on when they said CBDC? Yeah, XRP. Ripple. Yeah, you and me both, D-Mac. You and me both. Chainlink is no joke. So when you look at who's on there now, gunning for Solana, that's why, to me, the biggest news of the day is not Gary Gensler putting a date on his departure like a coward. Because the biggest event on that day is going to be the inauguration. And so your last day in the office is going to be the day of the inauguration. So nobody's watching you leave. All cameras, all eyes on me, right? So you can just sneak out. People think I did a bad job. I'm going to walk out with my head held high, knowing I did what I felt I needed to do for whatever reason I needed to do it. And then I'll go out, I'll write my tell-all book, and I'll freaking do speaking engagements. What's next? And guess what? I will be lining my pockets with nothing but crypto. Like, I'm serious. I think when he walks out, he's just going to be like, yeah, so let me get back in on this. I mean, he's an old dude. He's not old, but he's not a spring chicken. So he's probably living a modest life. He probably got money in the bank. He could go do some stuff. Definitely go do some stuff. There's a lot going on. Here are the big news stories. SUI being transparent about their outage, and they paid no price for that mistake. Zero. There was zero movement. That was it. Hey, we have a problem. Hey, we found the problem. Hey, this was the problem. Hey, we fixed the problem. Everything's back up and dandy. They did not take a dip. They stayed steady. Do you know what that actually says about that project? We trust you. And we trust you. Why? Because you are transparent. That's why we trust you. And that's why their price didn't change. Will it go up soon? Oh, I think SUI's got some news going on. Everybody slept on SUI getting an ETN over in Europe. Everybody slept on that. I don't know why. But they're going to grow up and they're going to be big. Now, I want you to stop and ask yourselves questions. It's one question. A long time ago, while Solana had an outage, a major outage, CNBC was talking about crypto. They would have Ethereum and Bitcoin, and they would have Solana up. I think the other one was Litecoin. Maybe it was Litecoin. But they had another coin up that I paid no mind to. But they had Solana up. major network outage, and you've got Solana up, and Solana just became a part of their, whenever we're talking about, crypto, always have that one up. Huh? And at the time, they weren't listed where they are now. There were a lot of coins before them. A lot of coins. How did they get top bill? What? Yeah. I've been asking myself that question for a long time. How? Why? Who? Right? All these network outages, and you're still listing them up there like they're somebody. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting to me. It's kind of like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So they had a lot of power behind them to make something like that happen. I'm pointing over there because that's where my television is. So they had a lot going on to make that happen. Yo, big Michael McCaskill. Hold it, I missed something. Okay. He will be the guy with... Yeah, you said that the other day. He'll be the guy with tar and feathers. I don't think so. That's not... Because you have to remember, he was a tool. A tool for who? You know her name. And I don't think that's the only one. I think that's just the front one. I don't think that's the only one. That's not what I want my pilot to say over the speaker. It's fixed. No worries. Nothing to see here. We can we can make it on one engine. Cockeyed, right? Not what you know, but who you know. Michael, ding. Somebody made a decision over on CNBC that Solana was going to be one of the 4 coins that they talk about. That's what had happened was. If there was no court case against XRP, they would have been talking about XRP. You know, the only coin to unseat Bitcoin ever. And there you go. Yeah. Yeah. So when I look at SUI, what happens if some other coin got that kind of, push behind them? What other coins can do that? Cardano can do it, right? XRP can definitely do it. Okay. Doge could happen. Oh yeah, but I don't think that she was the only one pulling his strings. What's up, Todd? Why are you so late today, man? I'm surprised. But don't worry. If you go over to YouTube, you'll be able to watch it later on. Because there's a lot going on. So yeah, with the news that happened today, move Gary to the side. You've got SUI. You have an ETF for Cardano being talked about in big ways, which means, yeah, somebody's going to file for that. And I think there's a chance that's going to happen. MicroStrategy, Bitcoin ETFs, MicroStrategy and the Bitcoin ETFs surpass UK stock market trading volumes. Just the Bitcoin ETFs and MicroStrategy outdid the UK market as a whole. What? I'm just saying. What else do you have? SUI network outage, but coming through cleanly. What else? Excuse me, I didn't mention this, but Mara secured $1 billion in funding to acquire more Bitcoin. So did MicroStrategy. So did Hoth Network the other day. Everybody's buying into Bitcoin. Microsoft is going to have a hard time saying no. I think what it is that they want to save face and they want to be pushed into doing it so that they can say, well, if it goes down, that wasn't our fault. But I don't see what the big deal is, considering Microsoft's cash is ridiculous. They've got so much cash, they can invest billions in Bitcoin and not even break a sweat. Not even miss it. Like, for real. So that's something. And did you hear about Google's problems? those are big problems. Those are really big problems for Google. If any one of the things that they want Google to do comes to fruition, it's going to be big problems. Like Google might have to do some stuff, which would mean that I think if Google gets pushed like that for a split like that, divestitures like that, I think the remaining pieces will get deeply involved in crypto. Because one of the things on there is, well, you'll have to divest anything that has to do with AI as well, or anything that's tied to search. Their AI is tied to search. So how would they stay in the AI game meaningfully without Chrome and other holdings that they would be forced to divest if that was to come true? Now, here's the thing. This isn't a guilty or innocent thing. They were already found guilty. Period. Done. I think that people aren't thinking about this, but I really do think that whatever happens with Google is going to have an impact on the crypto space. Captain Banana, apparently there's going to be a daily... Yeah, there is. But it's not... It's about that government agency that doesn't really exist yet. I want to see how they're going to build it out. And I just want to... It's more hype. It's more hype. And I'm telling you, where's that podcast going to be? And is it going to generate money? What is everybody doing right now? Everybody. TV shows on broadcast are making money off of YouTube. News articles, you name it. All the shows, you name it. They're putting it on YouTube. Why? Because they can get the followers, they can get the subscribers, and they get the even more advertising dollars. That's why. They get more advertising dollars without having to do all the work. That's not right. That better be one of my clients and not me. Woo. Damn real, it wasn't me. Woo-hoo. They got problems. So yeah, I'm just sitting back and thinking about that. There are 4 or 5 projects working together, and it will be big. There are 4 or 5 working together on what? You can't leave a patient one. Do me a favor, smack him in the back of the head. You can't leave a message like that and not say anything. Or are you tying that back to the government agency? Because that would be true. There are a few teams that are working together that could be something big, but I don't know what though, and I don't know if ultimately it'll be good. I don't know. I'm thinking you're thinking Doge goes to $2. If Doge was to go to $2, it's at 38 cents right now. Its all-time high was 73 cents. If it was to go to $2, it would have to do so very quickly. And here's why I think so. The biggest hit to the cryptocurrency space is going to come with a misstep, an economic misstep. Once there's an economic misstep, we're going to feel it. And I think that would douse the hopes of Doge getting to $2, because I think that's going to happen in 2025. Right? That's generally how I'm thinking about it. 100. Hutanic, what do you mean 100? Remember, I can't follow everything, so I might miss something as I'm speaking. So I need you to give me the whole thought. You know, because we bounce from topic to topic. But with all of that news, all of that deep level news, Aptos partnering with Circle and Stripe. Oh, you agreed. That's what you meant. Okay, gotcha. Aptos, because you know what it is? You type something. By the time I see it, you might have been one subject behind. I don't know if, because there could be a little bit of a delay. I've seen that. Sometimes there's a delay and sometimes there's not. So I can't even think that, oh, there's always a 2-second delay. I can't do anything like that. So I get hosed. That's why I ask. But there's so much news out there from an infrastructure perspective, from a partnering perspective, from an innovation perspective. There's so much. Yeah, that was sus. There's so much going on that how do you not, stop and think about all of those things and not have yourself drawn to squirrel? Right? That's what I mean. I don't need you drawn over here like you're a squirrel. That's kind of what I'm saying. That's kind of the big deal. That's not a small thing. All that news, most people didn't pay attention to it. Palantir on NASDAQ, I don't know. I don't even know that I care. How's that sound? I don't know that I care. I don't hold a bag of Palantir. So I don't know. I tend to key in on things that are going to have a little bit more of a direct impact on what I think are people's bags, whether it be mine or somebody else. That's kind of what I key in on. Palantir is big, but I really don't pay attention to Palantir all that much. Let's see. Hold on a second. Yo, yeah, that's why I don't pay attention to Palantir, because of Peter Thiel. I can't stand Peter Thiel. Yeah, that was 2023. February of this year, I mentioned Palantir. Yeah, I don't really cover them that much unless they're doing an investment, and they've done investments. It's just not huge. Then Volunteer get dropped from AS. What? Psalm? Huh? Ocean, Singularity.net, FET. That's ASI. Those are the three that hit ASI. DMAC, what do you think about regulations placing meme coins into a... No, I told you that. Oh, you didn't see my response. When you typed it, I don't know what PAAL is. I don't know what that is at all. But for that one, I understand the concept, but there's zero reason. So I would not agree. I would not agree with that at all. There's zero reason to put meme coins. His question is, what do you think about regulations placing meme coins into a separate investment category like they do with stocks? Nah. What are you buying? When you buy a meme coin, Todd? Okay. So when we're talking about coins, if you want me to pay attention to a coin, I need to know their coin market cap ranking, what their coin market cap is. Don't give up. And what do they do? And obviously their ticker, right? So I can know, I can figure out, is it something that I'm paying attention to? Do you mean Palantir? What we were just talking about before? Okay, well, you're answering that. I'm going to go back to DMAC. So DMAC, I don't see, why do I care, Captain? But I don't see why they would have to place it into a different category, because what are you buying when you buy a meme coin? You're buying a cute name. It doesn't do anything. There's no utility to it, and you know there's no utility to it. So I can understand. So that would be the reason why you're thinking, well, we should treat it differently. But it's not, because you're investing money. You know what I mean? So it still falls in that space. I don't think it's enough to say, well, these are money markets, this is mutual funds, this is, you know what I mean? Like, these are options, these are stocks, these are ETFs. I don't see how meme coins deserves its own regulatory space. So I don't see that. Use cases versus non-use cases. Nah. Throw your money away versus trying not to throw your money away. So hold it. You care. I care. No, why do I care about Palantir? Palantir makes big investments, but I don't personally have a bag. And they haven't made any huge moves as of late for me to even pay attention to the moves that they're making. And I don't like Peter Thiel. So him having any kind of involvement with any company, I'm not a big fan. But it's not that I don't care about your question. I don't care about Palantir. Dave Romero. Dave Romero. How are you? So you meant Palantir. Yeah, you're talking about the same thing that Captain Banana's talking about. I actually haven't. I don't really have anything against Palantir. I haven't seen any news about them. That's why I was searching. I pulled up my notes on Palantir. I've got 3 entries. I've got 3 in all the time that I've been taking notes. I've got 3 entries. So that means I don't really cover Palantir. So I wouldn't be able to say that it's a good investment, bad investment. I'd have to go back and look to see, well, what have they done lately that was newsworthy, that, amounted to something? You know what I mean? That's my problem, is that I haven't covered any news like that. I know the name, obviously, but I haven't seen any news. I mean, do you know of any news that's done something? That's been substantive? If so, please tell me, because I'd be listening. Palantir on NASDAQ. Are they big enough? That's what I mean. I don't know that they've done anything big enough. I don't know that their market cap is big enough, to warrant. I mean, did they say they were moving to NASDAQ? Somebody was moving to NASDAQ. Was it Palantir? Somebody said that they were moving from that and moving over to NASDAQ. And I'm not sure. You mean a Cuban? That kind of Cuban? Sorry. Wasn't Mark Cuban trying to make Doge a fan token for event? Yes, he was. No, he was making it so that you could actually purchase things with Doge at the games, at his arena. That's what he was doing. There be the difference. There be the difference. Captain Banana, seriously, I mean, you seem to know more than I do about Palantir. I have 3 notes, which is shocking to me. When I talk about something, I can usually pull up like notes. I've got 3 notes, and none of them were really big. I mean, let's go back. Palantir. In 2022, Peter Thiel of PayPal and Palantir fame was at Bitcoin 2022 conference and was on fire naming bankrupt central banks. Excuse me. That wasn't even about Palantir. Then there was in September 2023, September 25th, 2023, Cathie Wood's ARK Innovation ETF shifts focus from Tesla to Palantir, signaling a shift toward AI and crypto in their investment strategy. But I just can't name any big investments that Palantir's done where they've been a lead and the story's been about them. They could have been in on deals. But when they write these articles, if there's a lead player, that's who takes the air in the room. So they could have been a minor investor in something, and that something amounted to something. But because they were a minor investor, like if Goldman Sachs invested in something, excuse me, you're not even going to hear about Palantir. You know what I mean? So I'm still shocked that I only have 3 entries and one of them isn't anything that was good. You mean New York City? That's what you meant to say, New York City. No, I don't live in New York City. And no, I would not. No. They have more than 3 military multi-year contracts. No, I know I don't have to get into the same thing you are, but you know about something, so I'm trying to pull it out of you. Like, what's so good about it? Like, why do they have 3 military contracts? What are they doing? AI. That's what they're doing. But what are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, so that's my question. Do I have anything really negative to say about Palantir? No. They make money. They invest a lot of money. But compared to other companies, like, I don't see how I can make money off of Palantir. Me personally, with the way I have my portfolio structured, I don't see how I make money with Palantir. I mean, maybe I can see how I can make money. I don't see how I can make more money with Palantir versus something else in my portfolio. So that's the way it is for me. But if they got 3 government contracts, I mean, so here's something that's going to make me give pause to that. So knowing nothing else about Palantir, deeply, if they're saying they're doing an AI game with the military and Elon's involved with Grok, see where I'm going? So are they working? Because, obviously they'd be hopefully they're technology agnostic and not just walking the door with, open AI type, level stuff. They're walking the door saying we can work with any AI platform to deliver X solution for you. And I would hope that they would make an adjustment and be like, hey, let's get some guys on Grok so that we don't lose this contract. Because that's what, the DOGE is about. Is this a family-friendly show? Mostly. I try really hard. I try hard not to curse. Sometimes it slips out. Sometimes the little Bronx kid in me slips out. And I do hear it from my mother. Stop cursing. So, yeah. If you think about Palantir's logo, it looks like... Big data space like MicroStrategy. They don't play the game at MicroStrategy's level, though. They do not play the game at MicroStrategy's level. They play the game. They don't play the game at that level. And I think they shifted from doing just big data to how they're taking their big data knowledge and saying, this is how we can apply that, over in the AI space. And this is how we can, if you're playing with big data, if you've got big data, right, you're dealing with, data lakes and stuff like that. This is how we can help you implement AI to help you better leverage your data lake. That in and of itself is a powerful thing. Like, in and of itself, let's suppose they weren't even a publicly traded company, just having that experience to be able to do that, that's a big deal. So there's that. Captain Banana, you were going to say something. Captain Banana, I can see the message that you wrote. You want me to look more into Palantir? Okay. You made it into the book. That means I'll actually look into it a bit. But yeah, even when you retract a message, I can still go behind the scenes and see it. So yeah, Palantir, I use it as a hedge in my portfolio. If World War III happens, I will be fine. I don't know. If World War III happens, that's a macro event. I don't even know if I can put a number on it. If I can put anything on that. That's a problem. That's a major problem. That would be just be huge. I don't think anybody. I think all the saber rattling that goes on, like, Russia using one of their new missiles today, against Ukraine, trying to send a message to everybody, and it's kind of like, whatever, dude. Like, what do my kids say? They don't want that smoke. They don't want that smoke. I mean, I want you to really stop and think about it. They don't want that smoke. China doesn't even want that smoke, and they're the big brother to Russia. Russia fell down. They might have some nukes. That's fine. Everybody's got nukes. Russia doesn't want that smoke, even in a conventional war against the United States. They don't want that. He could saber rattle as much as he wants. He could try to provoke as much as he wants. He does not want that smoke on a conventional level. We'd wax his butt like all day, every day. Right? Even with his new technology, he had to import help from 2 different countries. Everybody forgets about Belarus. He had to import help from 2 different countries to fight tiny little Ukraine. So World War III, I don't think is going to happen. I think we'll come to the brink. I think that that's possible. I think that, the war will go on as it is now. Nobody's talking about how much of a Cold War is going on, but there is a little bit of a Cold War. Don't you remember just a little while ago, people were catching headaches in Cuba because they were aiming things. They think it was microwaves at the building, so people are getting sick and didn't know why. Notice how that went away. So yeah, stuff goes on, stuff happens. The company is named after something in Lord of the Rings, like a truth oracle. I wouldn't be able to tell you that. I'm not the Lord of the Rings guy. That's Steven. Steven is he's my solutions architect. He's a big no. See, I've been yapping for so long. The only reason why I've been trying to yap for so long is because I was hoping that we would hit 100 today. And apparently we're just not going to freaking hit 100 today. It's pissing me off. They're doing it on purpose. But yeah, you got to ask yourself, why isn't it doing something? Oh man, it is at 139. Holy moly. D Mac, are you dancing? Joaquin, do you have a bag of XRP? I hope you do. I hope you all do. Anyway, everybody, thank you for the blessing of your time. Thank you very much. I know you guys have a whole bunch of other stuff that you could be doing, but you decide to let me, yap with you and spend some time with you. And I greatly appreciate it. I'm still dumbfounded over freaking, $1.39. Before I sign off, I'm wondering if that movement is because the SEC came out with, well, we're thinking about calling things, securities, and people are buying it up to say ha 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 to the SEC as all those people find their way out. I think that's what's going on. Because yeah, everybody, thank you so much for everything. Let me end the poll. The poll, we got 19 votes. Do you think we will have a large dip after the 100K mark? 21% said yes. 21% said I'm not sure. And 58% said no. Wow. That's cray. Todd, you're welcome, my brother. Everybody, have a great night. And thank you for the blessing of your time. Really. Have a good one, everybody. See you tomorrow morning.